Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to the Feargiveness frequency. Today I'm being asked to tap into the color of the month of February, which is Sheer Lilac. And as I walked on our barefoot walk this morning, I like to walk the yard and just see what colors are coming through. As we are in the middle of winter, the Groundhog's Day said there's 6 more weeks of winter, and it was so surprising to see that there were just 3 colors coming through. One was white, one was the soft lilac-y color, and one was a magenta, which is that color of the red and purple combined. And as we sat within our powwow to bring forth the sheer lilac of this month and just bring that color into the center of our heart of the Feargiveness frequency and allow it to flow through with all the other colors, it opened up this door and frequency of love and love joy, and it brought through all of the beauty of the sheer lilac and how many different colors that are encompassed in this month that brings us into this now moment as we flow into the sheer lilac. So before we get started, I just want to tap it, connect our energy together and really just tap into the frequencies and the vibrations, not only of this color, but of the energy of the month of February. So take a moment to take a deep breath and just arrive here. Ground yourself into this moment. Feel your body and your feet and the weight of you on the earth. Allow this breath just to come deeply into your chest and heart. If you place one hand on your heart, if it feels comfortable to you, and place the other one on your upper chest, your high heart, or on your shoulder, giving yourself just a little hug. Now take a slow, relaxing breath through your nose. And exhale softly through your mouth. Let's do that again. Inhale through the nose. And exhale softly through the mouth in full release. One more time. Inhale through the nose. Allow that go all the way down into your belly, into your root in your womb. And softly exhale through the mouth. As you arrive into this moment, you can give your universal acceptance to be infused as we infuse this with Akashic Reiki. If you would like to receive a Reiki today, in the life force energy of this hug, just give your universal acceptance to the Divine Father, Mother God, saying yes out loud or within your heart. I'm Julie Schindler. I'm an Akashic Reiki master, a multi-dimensional, multi-passionate healer, a celestial channel, and the founder of the Feargiveness frequency, which is a healing frequency that encompasses all of the colors. It encompasses the vibrations and frequencies of self-love, self-acceptance, self-forgiveness, and gratitude. Showing us new and unique pathways of remembrance of how to heal in color, through sound, through color therapy, just a color awareness, drinking in your colors, meditating, breathing upon, surrounding yourself with color. Every color holds a frequency and vibration of healing, and the Feargiveness frequency teaches you how to tap in to the remembrance that's already held within you. As we move in, we're just going to expand into the color of Sheer Lilac and bring that in. And lilacs themselves, as the flower and the beautiful fragrance, they're one of the very early bloomers of spring. And as this color comes forth for the color of the month of February, it's just showing us that there are new beginnings ahead. And this is a month of convergence, it's a threshold of the kind of in between the winter and the upcoming of spring. And the color of the months were established through colorology by Michelle Bernhard. And Sheer Lilac is the Pantone color 16-3617. And this number allows you to place this into any search engine to learn more about the Sheer Lilac and colorology. This month, this color brings up it's uplifting, it's progressive, and it's detached in this graceful way. The color of the month of February of Sheer Lilac is inspiring and imaginative. This color evokes the qualities of humanity and kindness. Sheer Lilac helps us to comprehend the spirit of mankind, of humankind, and allows us to experience our friends, our family, and our people in our community as one unity of a family. It wraps us in this beautiful hug. We use this color when we feel emotionally entangled, because it can help us to practice and understand what graceful detachment feels like and looks like, allowing ourselves to be an overseer, an observer, allowing ourselves to take this beautiful sacred pause that we're going to learn about. Sheer Lilac can be used by anyone to feel the sense of belonging and global community. Sheer Lilac inspires a loving detachment and a fresh perspective on emotional issues. It's the color that corresponds with friendships and community, togetherness. So when we wear Sheer Lilac and we surround yourself with it, that's when this color allows itself to ignite. And when we're using this color, when we're working for a cause, we're sharing love on this global level, or connecting with your true spiritual nature, this color envelops you, encompasses you in this hug. And as we bring this color into our center, and we tap into the energies of it, using that guidance that Michelle has brought through colorology. I always like to start with her interpretation of it. It gives us a space of grounding, and then we get to bring it into the center of the Feargiveness frequency, and it just expands it even more, and it brings forth the energies of the Akashic record, messages from the celestial fields, the heavenly web, the cosmic celestial pillar. Everyone is here. The flowering Feargiveness frequency, all of these energies come through to bring us and wrap us in this color hug of even more information and remembrance of Sheer Lilac. And hugs are healing that is universally guided. So let's see where this color wants to take us today. It's a different sense than years past, as this color in the month of February is also getting the ignition switch is kind of turned on for the fire horse year, which is a very high frequency, high momentum. So there is this fury in it with the softness and airiness of the lilac, and then we have the color of the year of the cloud dancer, which softens and makes this fury and this go, go, go into a flow, flow, flow. Oh, that's beautiful. So February is carrying us into this powerful momentum. Collectively, personally, emotionally, things are going to get moving, and they're going to move quickly. There's no hesitation because there's this sovereignty built into this energy. And as this color continues to hold us in this hug, it's actually really like raising us up into our highest frequency and timeline. It's lifting us up and expanding our awareness. There's this beautiful like expansion vertically in addition to horizontally, and it's just kind of convergence, this merge of the two, but it's like this threshold of into a new. And sheer lilac is the frequency of compassion, and it gives us this otherworldly perspective of wisdom, of ancient wisdom, of galactical wisdom that's coming through. And it's the bridge from the crown chakra into the morphogenetic fields, and it's opening up all those layers for there to be this flow. This color allows us, our heart chakra opens. It feels like it's the high heart. And it's allowing us to care deeply without losing ourselves in the act of love, in the act of giving, in the act of forgiveness. Loving humanity while staying grounded in your wholeness, in your truth. Your pillar of light is a beacon. It's illuminating. And when I work with Feargiveness, when I bring in this sheer lilac, it always shows up when there's someone who's ready to shift from this over-giving codependency, needing to control things, but it's a control with beauty. It's selflessness that you're just pouring out into the world, and this color shows up when you're ready to stand in your truth and sovereignty, and a shift from that giving from a space of depletion and giving from a space of overflow, that you're just exuding it and it's flowing out of you. It's effortless. And it brings you into this really wise presence of just receive and flow. And when you keep your heart open, to fully give and receive, it allows you to, it softens everything. When you bring this color in and it's your guidance, it softens all the hard edges, any jaded perspectives. It allows you to stay sovereign and full, like in your truth, in all aspects of your life. It's where you are no longer giving your energy away. You are granting access to your energy. And that's what makes us so special, is that as you stand within this sovereignty and you stand in your truth and you fill in all the holes and tears within your forgiveness frequency where your life force energy has been leaking out, it brings it all back to you. So let yourself imagine this color just wrapping around you. Bring in that sheer lilac, and you may even be able to smell the lilac smells. The growth of it on a tree, the greens and the branches and the bark. You may have a lilac tree or bush within your home or on your property, or it's a remembrance of your nostalgia from your childhood. Bring in this soft, airy lilac, the light of it, the spaciousness of it, the gentleness of the color. And notice where this color lands in your body as you breathe it into your heart. Where does this color land? Is it within the heart? I feel it on my left shoulder. It's this beautiful kind of squeeze from the Divine Mother. There's this tightness, though, in the chest, because many of us were taught that you have to give your love freely, and it also means carrying the weight of others, trying to fix others, absorbing others' energies, and enduring whatever's thrown at you. And this color is asking us to let it go and release it. And then I'm just filled with these full glitter goosebumps. So this color in our body is showing us where we're holding on to the giving out of obligation, the fixing out of the need for control, the absorbing others' energy because you know that you have a gift and you can help heal others. And this is teaching us that, we're not everyone should have access to our energy. And that's going to be, as these colors weave and merge and combined with the fire horse energy, that's going to be very important this year, because there is such a focus and a drivenness to the fire horse energy, but it's being lifted up. It's this uplifting from the cloud dancer that is changing its frequency and form for us. So it's a fast flow, but it's quick decision makings that are made fully out of truth. Oof. Thank you for that. It invokes this and invites us to look differently at our energy. This is a color that will benefit those who are helpers and leaders and healers and parents and advocates. All of those that feel they're in roles, that they're carrying the weight of others, leading, fixing, absorbing, and enduring. Sheer Lilac is inviting us to look at this differently. Look at it and bring forth this remembrance of a completely different wisdom when we stand so sovereign in our truth. And it's like your pillar of light is illuminating. You're not having to move and shake and go and put out all these little fires. It is allowing you just to stand, receive, transmute, alchemize, harmonize, and transcend and illuminate this light back. And this color is asking us Where have I been confusing responsibility with love? Where have I been confusing responsibility with love? Asking yourself that question and seeing where it lands in the body. The weight of the shoulders. Where have I been staying emotionally entangled in a situation instead of emotionally present? This is where you take on other people's energy, or they share a story with you and you try to offer guidance and fix it mode. Where are you staying emotionally entangled in other people's energies instead of being emotionally present to hold space for them as they're going through it? Where does that land in the body? So take a breath. Breathe in this sheer lilac as you contemplate just for a moment. And it's bringing all of those situations and energies into the forefront. It's bringing it into your awareness so we can release it. And sheer lilac's going to be that color that's going to help us to release the need to help everyone. And it supports you in caring for yourself first and allowing your wisdom to it's not for everyone. No, not everyone gets access to it. It's boundaries. It's very graceful in humility. But it's celebrating you because you are such a giver. And it's such a beautiful gift, but this is allowing us to hone it in. And this will help and assist with the fire horse energy of this year ahead. So throughout this month, as we cross this threshold, it's like the space in between, but we're all moving towards the full convergence into the infinite I am, into the unity of oneness. This color and month is doing it in such a beautiful way of compassion and bringing forth the clarity behind why we do what we do. And it's very strategic in its feelings and allowing the expansion to happen without the overwhelm or having to carry other people's trash cans, other people's energy. Yeah, we're moving through that. Let's allow, it's the high heart is opening here. We're just going to send some Akashic Reiki to the high heart chambers to allow it, the voice to be able to allow yourself to speak. So that lower throat chakra all the way up into the third eye and crown chakra. February is that threshold month. It felt like the new year began this month. And that is because the shift is upon us. It's a month of conscious acceleration. There's going to be moments you're going to be brought deeper within, but then that is just allow yourself to illuminate your light further, which it raises you up, it uplifts you. And then it opens you up to all this new wisdom. And you can feel this frequency. It has this charge to it. This really unique energy of this, like anything's possible. And as we are in this crossover, it is unfolding and it's bringing forth this super deep transformation. There's stages of embodiment and release, and expansion and acceleration. And we also have all of these major astrological shifts that are happening. We began the Fire Horse year as its intro on the February 4th, but then as we move into the eclipse season and the new moon on the 17th, that is really when the Fire Horse energy, it's kind of like the race takes off. And then we also have these long cycle planetary alignments that are coming in. And I think it says it was like every 36 years this happens. And for those of you that are in your 30s and 40s, this is a full kind of life cycle, a shift that's happening alongside all this other energy. And this is all converging to help to accelerate both you on a personal level, a collective level. Planetary shifts are happening, galactical and cosmic shifts. So this is like a massive convergence, a massive acceleration, a massive remembrance and expansion that's happening for all beings of light and life and Gaia. And she's ready for it. And we need sheer lilac. That's why, because there's so much compassion. There's so much passion coming forward in this energy, and it really just kind of launches you forward. But it's asking you, sheer lilac is here, that it brings us into this presence of, it stabilizes all the frequencies for us to walk through this threshold, to be within this passageway, it's like an in-between. Yeah, wow. And this color supports us to move forward. This is forward movement, but it's guided by clarity. It's slowing down all of that Fire Horse energy of urgency, and it's offering compassion. But this compassion is for yourself and others, and it's anchored in full sovereignty. It allows you to participate in the collective, the changing of everything, to experience it as an observer without emotionally depleting yourself. And sheer lilac is offering us a way to remain open-hearted while staying centered, present, and whole. There's going to be so much truth that's coming out in all areas and aspects of the collective. And this truth can overwhelm you at times. And this is where this color is going to be coming into place, where it is allowing you to see it, feel it, heal it, but in such a space of love, of understanding, of compassion, of clarity. And when you take that sacred pause to just receive it before you act forward or jump into the fear, or allow your vibration and frequency to change because of the information that's coming through. The clarity and the truth of it all will shine through in that pause. And then you'll be able to see the full truth, not just the little pieces that are being bombarded. And February is this month of wise engagement. It's you deciding where your energy is placed. And while some aspects of you will continue to pull you inward, like you'll feel like you need to retreat within yourself, to find that grounding, to find that full connection. There's going to be other moments where the energy is going to pull you out and make you a social butterfly. And there are moments where you're going to feel quiet and reserved and not just introspection. But then there are moments where you're going to be bursting forward. And I see like your moon cycle, or the last quarter moon, or the first quarter moon, it seems like there is this huge connection with the lunar illumination, and there'll be moments of that you rise and you're uplifted, and then there's moments of retreat and self-love and nurture that you're going to be offering yourself. It's a delicate I want to say dance because it's a dance and a balance. It's more like this dance with the cosmos. And this balance of you of staying grounded and centered in your heart. And the essence of Sheer Lilac is truly compassion with the perspective of looking at it through the lens of love. Looking at it through the lens of love, that we are all in unity and connection and oneness. It's loving thy neighbor as thyself. It's taking that perspective and looking at it through the lens of love. How we respond, actions we take. Nothing is done out of need or have to or feeling obligated. It's done out of love, joy, compassion. Sheer Lilac carries an elevated humanitarian consciousness. It's bringing us into and lifting us into this highest timeline in this shift, and bringing us to see humanity, not in the depths of it, to have a bird's eye view of an overseer, to understand as the consciousness of humanity raises. And this is a month of acceleration and convergence, and the threshold and the in-between coming all into understanding and remembrance, understanding. I see why this color is going to be so important, because it reflects the ability to care deeply while we maintain our spacious awareness. Yes, to be the overseer of all things and all situations. And that happens when you take the breath. It's the sacred pause. And this color is helping us to look through the lens of love. But that includes you first. You gotta love yourself first. You gotta take that moment to bring yourself so you're not entering in other people's conversations. You're not entering into their energy or riding the wave of the misinformation and disinformation of the energy of all the truths that are coming out. There's their side, another side, and then there's the truth. That pause allows you to see through it, and it really does dissipate the darkness, to see the truth through it. And you'll know the truth because you'll feel it so deeply within. This allows you to find it's the self-love first before you step into any sacred service. And that also honors the boundaries that you need to set or have set for yourself. And it allows you to feel that your needs are met in the belonging that's beyond having to fix it or control it. That you're just belonging and you're there because you are a great listener and you hold space and you heal through your illumination. It's not asking you to take anything on. And it's wrapping you in these hugs. Hugs that lift you up, that are expanding you without depleting your energy. And when you walk in, like you're not sacrificing anything of yourself to be, and this is where it's asking you not to shun away from these conversations. It's bringing yourself fully prepared to receive and illuminate and not have to fix or sacrifice. You're not losing anything. You're offering that assistance from an overflow. And Sheer Lilac gives us the resonance and resonates with the understanding that empathy becomes sustainable when it's paired with clarity. It encourages you to embrace a mature form of compassion that's rooted in presence and discernment and this ancestral perspective. It's really the wisdom of it all. Ancient wisdom, advanced wisdom is allowing you to stand in this grounded in your truth and knowing, and nothing sways you. You will feel the discernment. We have our little healer coming to join us. You will feel the discernment. And you'll know the truth like deep in your bones. And that's what it's asking you, to stand within that and to understand your truth. To stay open into the higher wisdom that's wanting to weave through you. And as a pop of color, so I love when the sheer wisdom comes through because it feels like you are being wrapped in a loving hug. And it's wrapping this hug not only around you, but around humanity, around the earth. And it's allowing you to be a part of it without losing yourself in the chaos of its frequencies. Yes. Then it brings you back, taking a breath of that sheer lilac into your heart, allowing its light to fill you, its expansiveness. And it helps you to regulate any time that you are feeling consumed, whether that's by information or people's energy. Sheer Lilac takes you into this high frequency. It operates in a frequency that is combining the high heart, the throat chakra, the low chambers of the throat chakra for you to speak your voice. It brings you to the third eye and the crown chakra, and then it takes you as that bridge to the morphogenetic fields. It lifts your energy up. So it lifts you as I sit within the energy. It pulls it in to your heart, and then it pulls it upwards and outwards. And it's when you go up and you allow that energy to flow up, that's where you get to be in that bird's eye view, the observation, to observe before reaction and clarity, receiving that clarity and truth before you speak. It's the sacred pause. And it brings you here to offer you the spaciousness to see all the working pieces, to go beyond the chaos and the clutter. And those moments of intensity that are coming through as all the truth comes through. It's inspiring rapid change at the same time, and that's the fire horse energy. But it's offering you this, delicate dance and supporting the nervous system regulation. It's the gentle pause, brings you back into your heart and center, and then allows you to respond in love. Non-reactive, calming expansion, observant, uplifting, which invites your nervous system. You've done so much work to regulate your nervous system and your fascia to really clear out any of those clusters that are holding. Sheer Lilac, bringing that into your forgiveness frequency, bringing it into the center of that, allowing it to flow through. It's going to show you any areas of your body that you may be still holding some of that tension, and it allows it to really help dissipate by bringing you back into that sacred pause and bringing you back into your breath. It gives you a chance just to breathe. And this bridge from the crown, it's moving us as we breathe it into the heart, and then you allow it to go up, to lift up, and to expand out. It's opening your crown chakra to receive all of the wisdom from the morphogenetic fields, but it's fields above, below, and beyond. So there's this very grounding cord, but it grounds through the heart, and then the heart takes it right down into the heart of Gaia. So it kind of bypasses the lower chakras. It's keeping us, the Sheer Lilac is keeping us in the heart, but the heart is so grounded and connected to the heart of Gaia, to the Divine Mother's heart, that there's this groundedness, and it's really the standing in your truth. It's combining the high heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown chakra. And when all these colors and energies weave together, this is where you get to see it all through the lens of love. And this will expand you personally. Your emotional fields will expand as your conscious awareness, your remembrance, your Christ conscious connection. This is part of the convergence. It's where you're starting to see it all through the frequency and the eyes of the Divine Father, Mother, God. And as you embody Sheer Lilac into your illuminated frequencies, the physical sensations that I'm feeling is this lightness, this upliftment through the chest and shoulders. There's this spaciousness within the head and the upper body. And it's like the crown chakra is so open to receive and understand things differently. Just allowing yourself to remove the belief systems or the outdated perspectives, to see it through the lens of love, through God's eyes. And it's lifting off and closing out these emotional loops of having to help everyone, to feeling like you hear something, you got to take it on, or someone's going through a soul blueprint moment and you feel like you need to be there for them, and you've got to drop everything you do or you love to do that out of obligation. This is changing all of that for you. It's really readjusting and recentering. It's just deeply rooting me in and raising me up, and you're standing, you are the anchored truth that is radiating this high heart energy out, and you're flowing that down into the Divine Mother's heart and up into the Divine Father. So it comes in the heart and it's anchoring down and anchoring up. It's the cosmic celestial pillar in its full completeness, but it's receiving in this Sheer Lilac as its guide. And as I sit in the energy, and I welcome you just to sit in the spaciousness of it, and it's expansive, and my entire crown chakra is kind of otherworldly, open to these higher frequencies, wisdom. And for some, there is this, like, you want to help, you want to be there, and it's showing me that that's okay. But there is this, you have such a gift and you were drawn to that selflessly. The Sheer Lilac is here to help really support of offering your presence during intensity, not depleting your energy, your life force energy within it. So Sheer Lilac is going to be here to support us during emotional entanglement, compassion fatigue, collective overwhelm, and when you over-identify with others' experiences, it's really when you take it on. This is assisting us to maintain clarity while remaining engaged and still caring. You're holding space for another without taking on their energy. How good does that feel when that happens? And this is the color of healing in color. This color helps us to create the space without feeling like you're distant or guarded. It helps you to move emotions without being overwhelmed by them. You can still support and offer your support to those that you give and lead and heal. If you're a parent, if you're an advocate, if you hold responsibility for others, you can still do that without depleting yourself. Caring deeply while staying whole. So I'm being brought into a soul integration process, which is a sip. So let's do this together. As you inhale, that sacred pause, take a minute to breathe this sheer lilac gently into your heart and just allowing it to lift your energy up from your chest upward. Breathe it into the chest, just allow it to flow through the shoulders, through the throat, through the mouth, the nose and eyes, third eye, crown chakra. Allow it just to lift up. Opening up all those spaces, bringing you back into oneness. I'm going to send Akashic Reiki just to open up those fields for you. And continue to take that sheer lilac breath in. And as you exhale, release what you've been carrying that isn't yours. Allow the weight of the shoulders to release. You can feel your shoulder blades adjust. You may feel air moving through your body, belching, yawning. You may feel your stomach gurgling. You can feel the energy just as it starts to move. You may feel creaks and pops and clicks in your shoulders and your rib cages. You may feel it in your spinal column. Just allow every breath of the sheer lilac to breathe it in, and every exhale to release out what you've been carrying that's no longer yours to carry. And allow the sheer lilac to flow to all of those spaces and memories. Bring them into your awareness and allow them just to flow out with your exhale as you illuminate the light of love, of the sheer lilac. Allow it just to shine through you. And it's just radiating out of you. We're going to inhale the clarity, the truth, the love. We're going to exhale any emotional weight or density. We're just allowing it to breathe it in, allowing it to leave. And when you feel light and airy and flowy, We're going to take a deep breath in of that sheer lilac and allow it to start to fill up all the space in between, all the places and spaces you just removed energy from, allowing it to fill that in to bring us back into oneness and wholeness. And as it does, it brings you and lifts you up higher. Your shoulders straighten, your neck is elongated, your chest is open. Brings you into this standing in your truth and confidence. This is how Sheer Lilac works. It creates the spaciousness in between stimulus and response. Allowing us to see it all through the lens of love. Just sending some Akashic Reiki just to balance that out, to weave in a little bit of the cloud dancer to offer us the serenity and flow and the energies of the 111. And it's just lightening and softening all of that energy. And bringing us back into this now moment. You did a great job. And these sips are beautiful ways of the soul integration processes, spiritual infused practices. They're just activations that are always available to you. The pops of color that have come through for Sheer Lilac for me and using the Feargiveness frequency, it's within my treasure map or treasure chest. I remember as this season in my own healing when Sheer Lilac just kept appearing. It showed up in my clothes, in my journal when journaling, in the background of meditations. And when a pop of color comes through for me, it invades my vision, and I might see something, but it's all around me, and it tells me that I need to tap into that color. I need to bring it in to see within my heart, within the Feargiveness frequency, that infinity loop and the flowering, the horizontal and vertical loops. Sit within the center of it and see what it is, what I'm ready to heal. And every time there's been a pop of color from the very beginning, as long as I am able to surrender to it, it will show me all the steps that I need to fully embody it and why it's here and why it's showing up. So it was everywhere. As I tapped into it, at that time I was deeply involved in holding space for others. It was the first couple years of my healing journey, and my energy was kind of scattered everywhere. I was helping children and families that were navigating cancer. I was starting to read and create these stories for the children in Zambia. And not only my own healing journey, and my daughter was moving out of state. So there was so many things going on that my energy was literally scattered everywhere. And I felt like I had to do it all. It was important work. It was meaningful work. It was heart work. I didn't feel like I had to do any of it. I wanted to do it, but I wanted to do it all. And yet I was exhausted. And it wasn't an exhaustion that a few resets could fix. It wasn't an exhaustion that having a good night's sleep. It was just like I felt like there was just something draining me, that I just didn't have enough energy to give to everything completely. So I felt like I was not able to be fully in my gifts, if that makes sense. So that's when this color started to show up, and it was popped, and it was kind of surrounding my vision of everything. It showed me how beautiful the love that I was trying to give. I just didn't have the boundaries and self-containment. I wasn't pouring into myself first before I was able to do that. So I was giving from an empty cup. And first I was asked to sit in gratitude, and I'm full goosebumps in this remembrance. It was asked to sit in gratitude and give praise to how loving and open-hearted I was. And I felt like I was kind of nurturing my inner child who was just still in that same moment, if that makes sense. I felt like it was like the Divine Mother was coming through and just letting me know all the beauty of all the gifts of how big my heart was. And I would sit in mirror work, and I would look at myself in the mirror, and I would offer such this gentleness and grace and gratitude was just pouring out of me in how far we had come from being bedridden on our pillow to being in sacred service and serving all of these hearts all over the world. And I would sit in this love joy and just fill myself with all this gratitude and look at every aspect of my life, of how I supported my husband and my children and my family and my community. And then it was showing me, though, at the same time, the gift of forgiveness and how it came to be was truly rooted and centered in self-love first. Loving myself before I could love another. And we had to get through all of that and flow in all of that gratitude and to see the beauty of everywhere we've touched, to bring us back to the center and understand, to be able to do that. And how we started to do that, we had to be fully filled up in self-love first. And that's when we could serve. And as I took that pause, that moment, I could see all of my energy that I was giving without question. I was just pouring it out there, but I wasn't caring for myself or my well-being. It was selfless. I was selfless in sacred service. It was genuine intentions that I would just wanted to give back. I wanted to be of service. I wanted to heal others. Because I was saved. That pop of color, that very first one, as I was writing my eulogy, it saved my life. And once I was here and I was off of opiates and off of alcohol and I was truly alive, I just wanted to give back. But this pop of color of Sheer Lilac kept showing up and be like, no, you got to pour into you first, and then everything else becomes effortless in how those service opportunities come up. And I was present, but I was porous. I was like a sponge. All of my life force energy was leaking out and being absorbed by others. They were taking it all, and freely, because I was giving it. And then, but I was sponging all of their energy back in, and I didn't quite have all of the tools and tricks and sips that I needed to be able to remove all energy that's not mine, the clearing and the cleansing, and to call my energy back to me. So I became this like a melting pot of all this energy of others, myself, of, all my dreams and wanting to help and service, and it was all done in love. Like, it truly was love, selflessness, humility. But it wasn't all mine. And the truth that I discovered was I wanted to still control it all. I wanted to control the outcomes and be part of the outcomes to save Florentina. And when you are trying to control something, even in selfless service, it doesn't allow you to fully surrender. And that's what this color taught me in my journey. And it was about a couple years in, so maybe not quite, a little before halfway through. And it was in that full surrender. And I remember the year was just all surrender. And when I surrendered fully and gave that control back, the outcomes of that back to the Divine Father, Mother, God, that's when I was able to kind of fill in and seal all those holes and tears within my Feargiveness frequency. And I was calling that energy back to me. So when I worked with this color, it helped me to practice a new way of being, to stay open and staying anchored and surrendered in myself. And from there, I was able to start illuminating that light. And it truly was a turning point for me. It's where I came back into the center, into the heart of self-love. And that is the most important thing to remember, is that love of self first. When you pour into you, that's when they can pour into you, and that you will have an endless supply when you become the conduit of the energy flow, not wringing yourself out of your energy flow. So we're just going to take another sip. Surround ourselves with the Sheer Lilac HUG. And if it feels right, wrap your arms around yourself in a gentle hug. Just to remind your nervous system that you are included in your own care and your self-love. And as you hold yourself in this hug, squeezing yourself tighter and tighter, this is where that reparenting was coming through. I'm allowed to love myself. I'm allowed to love without losing myself. I'm allowed to love without losing myself. I'm allowed to love without losing myself. And feel the support of that. Feel the energy, the softness that's happening around the heart chambers, the high heart, the low heart, the center heart. So I'm given this gentle invitation, just inviting you for the days ahead. Seek out Sheer Lilac. Wear it, if you have it available, wear it near you, wear it near your heart or shoulders. I have a linen shawl of this Sheer Lilac, and just throwing it over during a meditation or moments of stillness, or if you're doing gratitude journaling, mirror work, allowing it to be with you. And it could be physically or energetically. If you have Sheer Lilac, seek it out and place in rooms where conversations are happening within your home. Amethyst, crystals, any of those purples or light, the light violet colors. Could be in flowers. And let this color be near you while you're journaling, while you're praying or meditating or simply sitting. When you sit in gratitude and you do your gratitude boomerangs, bring breathe this color into your heart first. And it could be physically on you, near you, around you. It can be brought in visually into your meditations, or etherically, or setting the attention. And allow this color just to support you. And it supports you taking that step back, that sacred pause, while still remaining connected. The overseer, the observer, the contemplator, the one that's holding space and illuminating the light. You don't have to do anything at all. Your presence is enough. Your presence is the medicine. It's the love. It's the healing frequency, not only for yourself, but for others. And allow Sheer Lilac to be your lens, looking through the lens of love. Like it's like the rose-colored glasses. Let Sheer Lilac be that for you, and that helps you to reframe your boundaries. And boundaries are beautiful, sacred spaces. It allows you to have those boundaries in place so you can do your healing. And it allows you that not everyone gets to have access to you. And you can come back to your boundaries and allow yourself to see if they're needed anymore, and to adjust and reframe them. When you look at these, they're not walls. They're not made with bricks and mortar. They're energetic boundaries for the space and time that you're in and the healing journey that you're in. And they are agreements with yourself, the agreements that you've made for yourself, with your higher self, with the Divine Father, Mother, God. And boundaries say that I choose presence over the pressure to give and be. And I'm choosing clarity of truth over feeling obligated to do something. I'm choosing my connection with Christ consciousness and connections that honor my energy versus pouring my energy out there into anything and everything. And so this month is asking us to practice through looking at it through the Sheer Lilac, through the lens of love and compassion. And especially as the collective energy starts to accelerate with this energy, and our emotions will intensify, the truth will be revealed. Take that sacred pause and ask yourself, where would a little bit more space bring more love into my life? Where do I need to set boundaries for now? Who do I need to set boundaries with? Who no longer do I close, where can I close the energy loops of always feeling obligated to help others or particular people, family, friends, community, that I need to place those boundaries up for myself, that they do not have access to me fully like I freely have given before. With Feargiveness, it's really important to look at accountability and responsibility. Where am I held accountable? Where can I take accountability and responsibility for my emotions, my feelings, my actions? And Sheer Lilac is bringing us back into that too, and it's inviting us into loving accountability. It's taking responsibility for your ability to respond. Within Feargiveness, when you take accountability and responsibility, it's returning your power back to you. It's filling in all those holes and tears where your energy leaks are occurring. And it's not about the shame, taking on any more shame or blame about it, any judgment or criticism. That is what you work through and through your jam sessions. When situations and energies are brought to the surface for awareness, that is when you get to take accountability and responsibility for them. I take accountability and responsibility for how I feel mentally, emotionally, physically, etherically, spiritually. And this is allowing you to stay in open and honest awareness and observation and contemplation. It's asking yourself the questions in journaling or in your jam sessions or just sitting with this now. Am I responding from clarity or from emotional habit? Am I choosing alignment in this moment, or am I doing this out of a sense of urgency? I have to do it. Am I honoring my energy as much as I honor others? Am I saying yes because I want to and it brings me joy? It lifts me up and it fills my soul? Or is it because I feel like I need to, I have to, I'm obligated to? This is where you get to take accountability and responsibility. And responsibility is respond ability. It's your ability to choose how you respond. I'll say that again. Responsibility within Feargiveness is your response ability, your ability to choose how you respond. And when you do that, and you take that pause, and you choose how you're going to respond, and you have the full sovereignty of your ability to respond, it's choosing how you do it. And that is what brings your power back to you. We've been wrapped in this beautiful hug, and I just feel like as I sit in here, just more is coming through. You will see Sheer Lilac start to show up because it's helping to teach you how to refine your all forms of connection. This is with friendships and community and your humanitarian work. Just looking at humanitarian through the lens of love, through the Sheer Lilac, brings you into this emotional awareness without overextension. You get to see it all. Like you will start to see things so differently and so uniquely through the lens of love. And it will fill you with the belonging that we all seek in belonging, without feeling like you're obligated to do something. You could just be. And you'll start to see these patterns of the key themes through the month of February when you bring Sheer Lilac into your awareness. Where are you offering love without feeling like it's like love without ownership? It's unconditional love. It's belonging without obligation, detachment without coldness, service without self-sacrifice. And Sheer Lilac continues to remind us that when we care for humanity, and we offer the distance healing, and we wrap our hugs around Gaia, and we do the planetary work, and we're lifting up the collective, and we're doing the harmonization work that's being done. We're working is in the collective field for the betterment of Gaia and the Divine Father, Mother God, and all of humanity. It doesn't ask us to carry on the baggage of others or their BS. It's like cat litter. It's sifting through the clutter of the BS, which is others' belief systems, the belief systems that we have been taught and that society wants us to stay controlled within. Okay, whew. It's a lot. It's beautiful, but there are so many more. There's astrological and cosmic alignments that are also helping with this. So astrologically and cosmically, Sheer Lilac's going to help us to be our anchor frequency. It's the bridge to all anchor points above, below, and beyond. And it's through the heart. And Sheer Lilac raises us up into all of the fields that are raising and lifting us up. It's also expanding us out and taking us down deep into that bridge into the heart of the Divine Mother and Gaia. So within the month of February, we have the fire horse energy that started its race, or starting, it's like in the starting gate on February 4th. And by February 17th, that's when the lunar eclipse, or that's when the lunar Chinese New Year begins. That's when the race actually begins. So we have this in-between transition of the fire horse, where the horses are getting ready. They're the last, kind of feeling out the field beyond their feet. They're getting into their starting chambers. They have the anticipation and readiness for the race to begin, the acceleration of it. And the gates will lift, the guns will go off, and the race really begins on the 17th. We have the solar eclipse season, which is beginning early in the month of this month, but it's also the energy of Aquarius, so it has water in addition to the fire horse energy. So we have Saturn and Neptune, that conjunction of the initiating that 36-year cycle. So if you are in your late 30s or 40s, this cycle is a whole new cycle is beginning for you. And if you are before that, you are starting a whole new transitional that will transition for the next 36 years. So it's very, very powerful. And the Aquarian energy in this is activating it all. But it's also that you'll see those activations coming in community, in innovation, in collective ideals, in the expansion. It's also coming in the truth, as the truth will be revealed. So all of these energies are amplifying the momentum of courage and change. And Sheer Lilac is helping be the governess that allows this acceleration to remain in the highest timeline, in the ethicalness of the embodiment and sustainability of it all. So we are divinely guided and protected, and it's happening individually, collectively, planetary, galactically, and cosmically. So continue to use this color. It brings forth conscious acceleration, purpose-driven action, healthy boundaries during the rapid changes, and alignment between the ideals and the lived reality. And Sheer Lilac becomes the frequency that allows our evolution to unfold with the divine wisdom. And there's going to be way more moments as we move further into the age of truth. This is where you're going to want to, there might be moments and information that's coming out that you're going to want to withdraw from the collective energies. Sheer Lilac is going to help you to hold yourself in grace as you navigate each pause, and it's going to show you the truth as you look through the lens of love. And get ready for the fire horse energy, and know that in its intensity, we always have the color of the year, which is the cloud dancer, to help weave and slow and flow that energy. But that brings forth ignition, courage, and decisive momentum. And Sheer Lilac is here to complement that, in addition to the cloud dancer. And this is all helping us to bring forth action with compassion, love in the midst of change, and standing in our truth with clarity. Placing your hand on your heart. This is a beautiful little sip that's coming through. This is for when you're feeling overwhelmed and you just don't kind of know where to go. It's allowing that inspired action to move through you with clarity, compassion, and steadiness. I allow inspired action to move through me with clarity, compassion, and tenderness. I allow inspired action to move through me with clarity, compassion, and tenderness. I allow inspired action to move through me with clarity, compassion, and tenderness. I'm just seeking and asking if there's any additional information that wants to come through when it comes to Sheer Lilac. And it comes to Feargiveness, you have the color frequency. You also have sound. So when you're looking and tapping into the energy of Sheer Lilac, it pairs beautifully with coherent sounds. I think the music we're listening to right now is 528. But this is bringing in all chambers of the heart, the 432, the 528. It brings us into the 639, the 741, and the 852. But it also brings us into, as it expands and lifts us, into the 963, which is that expanded God frequency. And so if you're looking for ranges of sound to tap into with this color and the frequency this color vibrates, when you're wearing it, this is a frequency it vibrates as well. When you bring it in through sound, it's activating the remembrance of the Sheer Lilac within your Feargiveness frequency. So any of these tones and sounds are going to blend and weave and bring forth more remembrance, brings forth calm and clarity, and just supports you in this hug. It wraps you in. It brings forth spacious awareness, and it helps you to embody the Sheer Lilac for full illumination of it through you. So remember those intentions, to set the intention this month to practice your loving humanity with clarity, compassion, and spaciousness, looking at it through the lens of love, regardless of what truths are revealed to the collective or how others react and respond to them, or even how your own initial response comes through. If you jump into fear or doubt, or you feel your body tensing up in any way, letting yourself know that you are safe and sovereign and divinely guided and protected. And what if each of us took that breath, that sacred pause? We came back to our heart. We filled it with Sheer Lilac. We're holding ourself and humanity in this big, loving hug, allowing us to see through the lens of love and show the clarity through the truth, the clarity of the truth through it all, compassion and spaciousness. Imagine together we could uplift all of humanity one breath at a time. That sacred pause, that sacred breath. So remember those intentions that you can set in those moments. And it's just reminding ourselves it's okay if we get overwhelmed by something, or we allow the energy and frequency of someone else's energy to penetrate ours. We know we now have the tools and the codes, keys, and colors, all of our sips that we can bring back into that Sheer Lilac, into that sacred pause. And Sheer Lilac works throughout all of these situations regardless. It's just focused in its vibration and frequency for the month of February. And when you think of healing in color and you think of Sheer Lilac as a healing form, it's medicine within our color RX, our treasure chest of energy. Sheer Lilac supports love with perspective. It supports compassion. It teaches compassion with clarity. It reminds us that clarity is a form of kindness. When you care deeply about something, you can care deeply about something and still remain whole. So use this color when your emotionally charged conversations are happening, whether you have it in the room that those are happening, or if you have kind of a sitting area in your home where people come over and that's when they kind of, share and talk and talk with you. Even if you're talking on the phone, having it near you. When you're working with groups or communities, wearing sheer violet, having it near you, or just thinking about it, bringing it into your heart. When you're processing collective events or global concerns, before you even turn on the news, if that's what you feel you need to do, bring in that sheer lilac so you can see through all of the BS and to find the truth within. When you're doing reflections, journaling, prayer, or meditation, bringing in the sheer violet is great way to connect with the energies, and it really brings you into the frequency. And when you're practicing healthy detachment or you're creating boundaries, do it in sheer lilac. Bring that in first, surround your vision and area as you're studying those, and it's going to lock in that frequency around them. So February is the month of movement, testing, and collective turning points. Sheer Lilac is here and offers this frequency that allows us to participate without depletion, courage without collapse, and compassion guided by clarity. This is the color of spiritual maturity, the color of loving humanity wisely, and the color of crossing thresholds with grace and gratitude. So as we are in this threshold month, we are converging into the illumination of the infinite I am. Things are changing. They're shifting. They're weaving systems, relationships, identities, and the ways that we will move forward in sacred service. And Sheer Lilac is here to support you in this crossing over the threshold with grace. And when we go above and below and beyond, it's here to support us through it all. And it's weaved with the energy of the year, which is a blank canvas that's created for us every single month with Cloud Dancer. So just know that you are deeply cared for. Allow yourself to care for others deeply, to stay present, to set boundaries, to detach with love, and to remain whole in your truth and sovereignty, and allow you to illuminate your light in all space, through all space and time. Before we close out this hug, I just want to make sure that there's nothing more that needs to be shared. I send gratitude to all of the beings of light and the Divine Father, Mother, God who've come here today. I send gratitude to the Sheer Lilac for all of its teachings and guidance and love. For the light it gives and illuminates, for the spaciousness it creates, and for the compassion it wraps us in. Take a deep breath in, receive it all. And so it is. It's beautiful. I allow compassion to flow through me, to illuminate love into all areas of my life. I allow compassion to flow through me, to illuminate love into all areas of my life. I allow compassion to flow through me, to illuminate love into all areas of my life. And just send some Akashic Reiki through all of our fields and shields, As we close out this hug, pulling the energy back into me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your willingness to grow, to be surrounded by this light and love and color, allowing its awareness and kindness and courage to wrap you in a hug. And until next time, wrap yourself in color and remember that your presence matters. And that's all that's needed in this now moment. Just you, being here now. I leave you loved, and I will see you on the other side of this rainbow.